We are going to discuss Ripple. PayPal is something that is brewing and something that is cooking. Hold off until you see this information. We'll examine the Bitcoin charts for XRP. We will discuss when the markets will start to rise again. So, without further ado, take a seat, unwind, and let's leap. Crypto didn't have a poor day yesterday. Take a look at the bleeding and the crimson. It appears to have ended. Hopefully, today and the next days of this week will bring more positive movement. The price of Bitcoins is $88,725. It's currently down 36% over the last day, which is far better than double digits, people. Ethereum is valued at $2,466.77. At 1.3%, it is currently in the green. Since XRP 100% is leading the way out of this comeback, USDT and USDC are also approaching $1. If we go back 3 months, we've increased by more than 56%, and it's up about 5%, coming in at $2.28. Not too bad. It doesn't bother me. Look, the last significant downturn we saw kind of drove down XRP to $1.77. Fortunately, this one wasn't as deep. We never ventured over that $2 level, which is quite optimistic for XRP because it is firmly maintaining its 2020 all-time high. The next step up is on the horizon. Is it arriving on schedule, or has there been a delay? That will be covered in a second total. Due to the slight nostalgia, cryptocurrency market caps are struggling to return to $3 trillion, coming in at $2.5 trillion. 3 years ago, in 2012, this post was made. He says, remember, this was immediately following our 2012, he stated that the best thing about this next rally, which we're discussing today, was that it occurred 3 years ago, which was directly between the 2020 bull run that just ended and the subsequent cycle that began in 2024. As we pump post-explosion on the world's second largest centralized exchange, there will be complete incredulity. Reality is made of these kinds of incidents. The collapse of the world's second largest SEX is the perfect way to wipe out the last weekends. What is the second largest SEX, I wonder? I want to suggest that it was FTX, but I'm not familiar with those Byman or FTX. Since this isn't going anywhere, let's assume that the top 3 exchanges at the moment are Bybit. I believe that FTX wasn't that, so it's either a bit or FTX. However, I'm not sure who mentioned FTX, but I found it interesting that even though Sam Baker is in jail, he still has access to a Twitter account. This was released by Dr. Profit. Just take a moment to consider that the current cost of producing Bitcoin is $95,000. Since the price of Bitcoin is currently around $89K, everyone who is mining it must pay the production cost of $95,000. Is it a loss? Since mining Bitcoin is a business, how long can you run a company? So, people, how long can you run a business at a loss? That is the query. This has historically been one of the greatest times to buy. I concur. Observe whether this item never returns. More than 95K. All of these mining machines will shut down. No one is going to mine Bitcoin, and what will happen to its price if no new Bitcoins are created? 100% is going to soar if these elite-controlled Bitcoin miners, who are aware of their break-even point and aren't playing the game merely to break even, recognize that the price will return to over 95,000. We are participating in this emotional roller coaster, which is only an emotional game. Keep in mind that you don't know everything about the bull run. We have some muck in there, and it's not just green candles that are full-scented every single day. Sunny days with crystal clear water are also present. During this bull run, those are the parabolic blow-off tops. That's what we're witnessing right now, and we will have bumpy rides. Let's examine the XRP graph. The weekly chart is displayed here, with the monthly time frame at the bottom. Just take a look at the chart structure. It's bullish. The only times you should have been worried about XRP were from April 2022 to May 2023, when we treated and trended under this red wave, which was a bearish wave. We then broke up and have been above since, and into bullish area for a while before the explosion began in early November, giving us a price increase of almost 600%, nearly 700% for XRP in just 45 days. This is optimistic. At what point should you start worrying about XRP's price? If we fall back below $1, 99 cents will be worth $1. That's not good, therefore, you should start worrying and be afraid. However, you can see the targets we're examining right here for the time being. We discussed the 272 region, which is actually approximately 274,273.3. After that was broken, we discussed 282, which is the main obstacle that I am focusing on. When it is broken, too, I mean that there is one sitting about $3, but it won't be difficult to break. When 331 is finished, we will have a look at it. It's an obvious rip to the top. We're going to enter that $4 range. You've never seen $4 to $5 like that before, and I think that move is still coming at the end of Q1 or the start of Q2. Bitcoin, same setup, same chart. As you can see, Bitcoin has been ripping to the upside ever since it formed its reversal on December 23rd. We didn't include these little wicks where it hit 86 because we warned you that Bitcoin will never go outside of that $90,000 range. We were really close when we counted the full body closures, which came in at 88,392. We were really near to this box, but I'm afraid I couldn't be absolutely correct. 90K was sitting at around 89K at the moment, so we're really close. When it is broken, Bitcoin's next objective is currently trading at $99,000. When 108 is finished, we start to run for the record high. People, it's time to leave. It's time to send this thing in its entirety. This is not a place to be terrified. No cause for fear, we are fine right now, and Kalos full-fledged all-season kicks up in mid-March, so there's no reason to be depressed if this cryptocurrency thing is getting a bit too crazy. I'm advising you to go outside and take a stroll. It's coming with what I've been discussing. I don't know, he continues, maybe it's an April show phases of Bitcoin dominance checked by mid-March after Bitcoin. Remember that Bitcoin is the starting point for this new all-time high. Bitcoin must rise above 108 for the dumps to approach the 70% area. When that occurs, and only until then, we won't see a shift toward alternative currency, but when Bitcoin begins to rise next month, within the next 30 to 60 days, we'll identify it because it will pull the rest of the market up with it, and we'll see life-altering gains on all of these coins. When Bitcoin's dominance begins to decline again, as it appears to be for the present, go on a walk while sitting on your hands. Return in about a week. All of us will still be present. Let's just move on from these times. Prepare yourself for the incredible times that lie ahead, and if you're wanting to buy, now is a good time to do so, given the current prices. What am I going to be looking for? If it's a green day, we'll continue with the markets today. I don't want to announce that we're done with the woodworks just yet. I would like assurance that Bitcoin is returning to the $90,000 range. I will know that all of these coins will begin to recover as soon as I receive those confirmations. However, when I look at it, my next step is really easy. I intend to hop on the Ethereum bandwagon. I think that Ethereum has been trapped in a measured range for a long time. I'm hoping to make you a quick 2 to 4x on it because I think the breakout is due in 8 to 12,000. After that, remove the money and turn it into a coin that hasn't moved yet. Solana is the same way. Solana is doing nicely. The pump fund truly damaged the token, which has nothing to do with everyone believing Solana is dead. Solana is desired by these organizations. XRP is what they want. They're looking for Bitcoin. Ethereum is what they desire. H-bar is what they desire. They desire to be outside. They're looking for a back. Chainlink is what they desire. All of these tokens are what they desire. They know where these cryptocurrencies are going, which is why they have invested millions upon millions of dollars in them. The institutions that have squandered millions should be the ones that are concerned. But what do you know? They are not concerned, therefore, you shouldn't be either. I am aware that we were unable to cover the PayPal Monica incident and all of its repercussions on the banking industry and XRP. In the upcoming video, we will address it. To discuss this crypto emergency issue, we went on a little tirade.